after getting released. Last week, Adam Schefter reported that most teams would not sign Dez even for the league minimum. But Cole Beasley says that's crazy.
I've seen the things going around that teams won't even sign him for minimum. I'm like, that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Dez was always a great teammate to me, and he did want to see other guys succeed. Every wide receiver wants the rock, and he's so passionate, it may come off the wrong way to some people. Now Dez, he has a chip on his shoulder, and that's something, I mean, he's already an animal already. And now, like, I've actually seen him working more than I've ever seen him work. Like, it's scary. Like, if he gets to another team and he gets that shot, I promise you he's going to be ready.
We're joined now by Rob Ryan. Welcome, Rob. Rob spent 2 years as the Cowboys defensive coordinator. Are you surprised that Dez hasn't been signed?
Absolutely. I think Dez is one of those guys that come around once in a generation, and to me, you know, he's got to find a spot. And I know he recently turned down an offer, multiple-year, you know, offer. So he'll find a home. It's just going to be interesting to see, you know, where it is.
For me, I'm a little surprised, Skip, that he turned that offer down without having a fallback plan. And it's kind of like, you know, you're out in the boat. The first thing they tell you is make sure you have a life preserver. Well, Dez was out in the boat with no life preserver because he had no fallback. He had no other where to. You got to know, if you turn this deal down, Skip, I got to know that my agent has a contract in hand that I can go somewhere. Now, Cole Beasley said, you know, he's going to have a chip on his shoulder. Well, he should have a rock pile. Because what happened in 2015, Skip, after he had that monster year in 2014, what happened in 2015? So he didn't have that chip on his shoulder in 2015. Okay, what about 2016? Yeah. What about 2017? And you keep saying, well, Dez's passion, and some people take it the wrong way. The only people that took it the wrong way were the people that it mattered to, and that was the higher-ups. Jerry Jones, Stephen Jones, Will McClay, the people that makes decisions. They felt that his behavior matched with his play no longer warranted the money that he was going to be paid. So they say, you know what? We're not going to try to trade you. We're not going to ask you to take a pay cut. We're going to flat out release you. And for you to say, that's stupid, all I know is, here we are, Skip. Now, Dez just has been released, I think, maybe a month now. And he has yet to sign with a team. So it doesn't sound as dumb as maybe you might think, Cole Beasley.
Correct. So, Coach, you were their coordinator in Dallas in 2012 and 2013.
Right.
2013, Dez Bryant broke out. He broke loose on the National Football League, and he was virtually unstoppable because the quarterback and he had a wavelength. And Tony Romo stayed healthy for all 16 games, both of those seasons. You went 8-8, but he was lighting it. 88's going to go up and snatch it out of the sky, right?
Absolutely, yep.
And it was a beautiful thing to watch all the way through 2014 when Shannon and I were making the case. He just might have been the most dominating receiver in football in 2014.
Yep.
Well, what do you always say about the National Football League? You're only as good as your last game, right? And so when the calendar flips over to the next year and you have been paid, you got your money.
Right.
You're on the cover, not of Sports Illustrated, you're on the cover of Rolling Stone after 2014 in the summer. You have broken through. You have crossed all platforms.
Right.
You are a national celebrity. It starts again. You got to go back it up, right?
Absolutely.
You have to be that guy.
Right.
And in 2015, he wasn't that guy. Look at these targets he gets in 2015, 16, and 17. I'm going to just give you the percent of the balls thrown to him that he caught. In 2015, he caught 43. I got to tell you, that's horrible. It's too many times incomplete to 88.
Possessions.
You know, it just empty. Then 2016, 52%, and then his targets rose a lot last year, 52%. It's not enough. I don't know how it was so Dez dependent last year. Every time Dak is reading, because a lot of times it's single coverage on 88. Oh, I got to go there.
Right.
And only 52% of the time that works. You're going to lose a lot of games doing that, and that's what happened. And I can't condemn little Cole Beasley for standing up for his guy. And really, it's not his guy because Cole became his guy, became Dez's guy. Dez loved Cole. They were a nice compliment. Cole could just sit down underneath that little slot. And then last year, do you realize, you want to talk about plummeting? So Cole Beasley goes from 75 catches in 2016 to 36 catches last year. Why was that? He was, they were just bracket coverage inside saying, we're not going to let Dak, you can't throw it to that guy. You can throw it to Witten, okay, because he won't really hurt us. He'll just catch it and it'll be 6 yards.
Yeah, well, what we're going to do, Skip, is that they still had that offensive line, especially early.
They did.
We're going to take away the run. We'll play one-on-one with single coverage. If it's close, we'll play in and out on Cole Beasley. We'll take the quick throw away and make that pump, and they have to go to Dez. You see, Skip, normally what a great player does when he achieves success, be it on the football field or whatever success is, or he gets paid. Most great players, once they climb one mountain, the really great ones find a new mountain to climb.
That is true.
I'm not so sure that when Dez got paid and he was being talked of, okay, now what do I do? Where did he go from there?
I tell you what, I think, look, Dez is 100% genuine. I mean, he really is.
Got it.
I don't think what people are saying and the money affects the kid. I think the biggest difference is Dak Prescott is a throw to the open receiver quarterback.
Right.
And he really is.
Right.
And when it's one-on-one, absolutely he should go out to Dez.
Absolutely.
But when the throw's not where Romo used to put it, right over the guy's ear, where Aaron Rodgers puts it, where Flacco put it to Anquan Bolden, the numbers are going to drop. Now, the concentration numbers at the end there where he's dropping the football, that's a new thing for Dez Bryant. He doesn't do that. He's got great hands, probably some of the best hands that have ever played the game. But all of a sudden he starts dropping. Here's the thing that I noticed when I was in Dallas. All right, some people are tough enough to take the heat, like myself. All right, but there's others that it affects. And look, they run out one of the best corners that have ever played the game in Terrence Newman, who had a lot of football left.
Right.
That media ran him out. And I don't care what it said, they were affected. The higher-ups got affected and ran him out of town.
And by the way, he's still afloat.
Yeah, and by the way, he's going to make the Hall of Fame, and he's still playing forever. All right, they've done that before. So could it get to Dez? Maybe it did. Maybe, hey, I'm going to try to do this. He's trying to do too much. Now he's losing his concentration. Here's the thing. How many times has this been done before? Anquan Bolden, they got rid of. Steve Smith Sr., Randy Moss. When I was in Oakland, the coach said he couldn't play. And I remember he told Al Davis that. And Al Davis loves players. And he loved Randy Moss. So we dump him. That was great. And you know who gets dumped after that? The coach.
Yeah.
All right, so guess what? The heat's on. This is Dak friendly. Stephen Jones said it. It's Dak friendly. Everything's Dak friendly. Let's get a new receiver coach in. Let's do things different, and let's see how it goes. But if it doesn't go well, trust me, there's going to be something going on in Dallas, and it's not going to be that pretty.
Robert, this is where I'm going to disagree with you.
Okay.
Because what we haven't seen. Now, Will McClay said that this is very odd that a general manager will say this, is that what we noticed is that Dez could not consistently win outside. Now, he can't consistently win outside, and his route tree, the number of routes Dez run, every cornerback that comes out here has said we play Dez for basically in-breaking routes and the back shoulder fade. Every last one of them.
That's true.
None of them says that we play for the speed out. None of them say we play for the deep ball.
Nope.
They say we play for two routes. Well, if you can't consistently get away, you're limited because they don't move you around. They don't line you up in the slot. They don't really stack you a whole bunch when they get three wide and then somebody can't pick you, can't press you. When you're limited, you can't consistently get open, and you only limited in your route running ability. What are they supposed to do?
That's the tape does not lie from last year. So they're looking at it saying, I don't know about this, because Dez, if he's not getting the football thrown to him, can cause some waves.
Watch the way that Dallas has played, though. Okay, you guys have all touched on it. Hey, we can go out here, we can play in and out on the inside receiver. That free safety's alignment has changed in 3-by-1 sets. Yeah. He's not right down in the middle of the field anymore, fellas. He's more lean to the X. That gets him off of throws. That lets that corner play more aggressively, and that's the way these Raider 3 coverages are playing, and that's how they've always played. So, it's not like it's just him, and that's it, all by himself. Look, I know this. The fit wasn't perfect with Dak Prescott. Dak Prescott is going to throw to the open receiver. I think it's going to be good for both. I hope he goes to Baltimore. because they've had success with Bolden. They've had success with Steve Smith Sr. They also went and they stole you from Denver. All right, and how'd that work out? And Ozzie Newsome knows better. There's one team
They
that
tried,
went.
Rob.
That's
He
right.
turned them down.
And you know what? Maybe, I don't know who his agent is, but it needs to be me. I'll go make him go.
So the scariest, but the best thing Cole Beasley said in this interview was, "I've already seen Dez working more than he's ever worked."
That's not good. I don't know.
See, I've never seen that. But Dez Bryant has been a hard-working guy. Look, this was my next-door neighbor in training camp. He was all football. This guy loves football. He's so passionate about it. Like I say, he's a genuine article. And he compared him, well, he's a wild horse. That's what he is. Right. And believe me, I made the mistake of putting a first-year corner on him first day of practice, and Dez Bryant punked him, knocked him down so bad he had a terrible career. He's still playing, but he's not any good. And it's because Dez punked him. All right, so I believe in Dez.
That was the beginning.
That was the beginning of the end. Dumbest thing I ever did. But I'll tell you what, I love Dez Bryant, and I believe in him. And I've seen, look, all history has shown great receivers can come back.
Yeah.
Right.
And if he's working this hard and this dedicated, man, it must be off the charts. But I've seen him. He is a worker.
Thanks for joining us. Should Big Ben be mad at the Steelers for drafting a quarterback? We'll discuss that next.